So how can the distributive property help us to write an equivalent expression using the greatest common factor for 24 plus 9? Well, I need to list addends for 24, or actually factors for 24, because I have the addends already, and I'm going to list the factors of 9. So I have the factors of 24, and I have the factors of 9. I'm going to circle those that are the same. The greatest common factor of 24 and 29 is 3. So I know that when I use this expression, I'm going to be able to use 3 times 8 in place of 24 and 3 times 3 in place of 9. So when I substitute those in and put in my parentheses, I can see that both of these share a 3. When I pull the factor 3, which happens to be the greatest common factor, I have left 8 plus 3, and 8 and 3 have no common factors. So 24 plus 9 is the same as 3 times the quantity of 8 plus 3. Let's try a different example. How can the distributive property help us to write an expression using the greatest common factor for 15 plus 45? Well, let's list the factors of 15. And we're going to list the factors of 45 as well. We're going to find the one that they have in common, the greatest common factor actually, and that will give us a hint as to that's going to be our first factor when we rewrite an equivalent expression. So I know I can rewrite 15 as 1 times 15, and I can rewrite 45 as 3 times 15. So when I do that and use my parentheses to section off those two things, I have 1 times 15 plus 3 times 15. You're going to notice that 15 appears in both parts of that expression. So I can factor the 15 out, and that will leave me with 1 plus 3. So 15 plus 45 is the same as 15 times the quantity of 1 plus 3. A common misunderstanding is forgetting to find the GCF and factoring that out of both addends. In this particular expression, these expressions are equal. However, 50 plus 15, the greatest common factor for that is 5, but I haven't taken that out of the 15. I've forgotten to do that. So I don't want to make that mistake. If I'm taking a factor out, I take it out of both addends. In this lesson, you have learned to write an equivalent expression showing the greatest common factor of two addends by using the distributive property.